Good afternoon. This is cause number 2020-41392. In the interest of Naomi Arisa, all parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Yes, I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Mariana Maldonado, and Naomi Arisa is my daughter.
All right, and representing the Attorney General, State of Texas.
Kavita Sharma. Good morning, Your Honor.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent, Nathan Ramon Arisa, is not present. He was personally served on June 10th, 2022 at 1:33 p.m. at Key Distributors, Inc., 16081 Fern Avenue in Chino, Bernardino County, California. And he's not made an appearance or filed an answer. Is that correct, Ms. Sharma?
That is correct, Your Honor.
We'll proceed by default.
Yes, Judge. I would like to call Miss Lisa Edwards Livingston.
All right.
Miss Livingston, Miss Edwards Livingston, can you please state where you are employed?
Attorney General's office,
And what is your position there?
child support officer,
And what are your responsibilities as a child support officer?
to calculate retroactive child support, medical support, and address visitation and conservatorship for parties.
And does that also include retroactive child support?
Yes,
And is this training in compliance with the Texas Family Code?
yes,
Have you had an opportunity to review and calculate child support in this matter?
yes.
Can you please state for the court what your calculations are?
My calculations for his wages, his gross wages monthly, $3,063 even. His medical support, because of the Medicaid, will be $91. And the child support I calculated from that gross wages was $405 a month.
And Ms. Edwards Livingston, did you happen to have a verification of employment through Mr. Arisa's employer?
Yes.
And where is his employer located?
Key Distributors, and it's located in Naperville, Illinois. That's where his main employer is located.
Okay, and have you had an opportunity to calculate any retroactive child support in this matter?
Yes.
What are the dates for your retroactive child support calculation?
July 13th of 2016 to September 7th of 2022.
And what are your calculations for back child support?
$30,375.
Is there a
That's
recommended payout on that?
$200 a month.
And do you know if Mr. Arisa has any other child support obligations?
No. Unknown that if he has any other child support obligations, but he does have 2 other children living in a home with him, and the custodial parent provided that information.
And in your calculations, did you give Mr. Arisa credit for those children?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. I pass this witness.
Ms. Maldonado, do you have any questions of Ms. Edwards Livingston?
No.
All right, Ms. Sharma, can she be excused?
Yes, Judge, she may.
All right, you're excused, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, I'd like to call the mother, Miss Mariana Maldonado, next, please.
All right.
Miss Maldonado, are you currently married?
No.
And who is the father of your child, Naomi Arisa?
Nathan Arisa.
And how do you know he's the father?
Well, from a long
Is
time
it
ago.
possible that anyone else could be the father during the time of conception?
Yes, and Nathan Arisa is aware of that.
Okay. Who is the biological father of the child?
His name is Vincent McLendon.
And even though Mr. Arisa knew this, he still signed an acknowledgement of paternity?
Yes,
Did he ever,
and
at any point challenge the paternity with the child?
no,
Okay, and are you asking the court today to name Mr. Arisa as the father of the child?
yes,
And are you asking the court to appoint you and Mr. Arisa as joint managing conservators of the child?
yes.
Excuse me, Ms. Maldonado, did you say there's a possibility that somebody else is the father of the child?
Yes, it is. Whenever whenever they read you before you sign over as the verification fax, they asked to do a paternity test. He declined, and he went forward while I was still in the delivery room, and he signed. He named my daughter. He signed with his name and everything.
Who?
And so whenever I
Who?
came out, my
Wait a minute.
daughter already had all his name.
Who signed?
Nathan Arisa.
Mr. Arisa.
Yes, he's the one that gave my
All
daughter
right.
the name and everything.
All right. Go ahead.
And Ms. Maldonado, when you were in a dating relationship with Mr. Arisa, were you already pregnant?
No,
Okay, so you became pregnant while you all were dating?
yes,
And he was aware that he wasn't the biological father from the beginning, correct?
yes. I told him it was he had, I guess it was he cheated on me and stuff like that. So I told him also that I had already, while we were taking a break, that I had met up with somebody, and I told him there's a possibility that she might not be your daughter. So whenever I had her, that's when they offered him the paternity test, and I told him he could take it, and he declined.
Okay, and are you asking the court to appoint you and Mr. Arisa as joint managing conservators of your child?
Yes,
And are you asking the court to allow a standard possession order for visits?
yes,
And are you okay with pickup and drop off being at your home?
yes,
And you have health insurance for the child, is that correct?
yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to order that Mr. Arisa reimburse that at $91 a month beginning October 1?
Yes.
What type of health insurance do you have, ma'am?
He has, I'm sorry. She has Medicaid.
All right. So you understand that the court is going to order you to continue that coverage through Medicaid.
Yes,
All right.
And Ms. Maldonado, do you also agree to pay half of any uncovered health costs?
yes,
And are you asking the court to set current child support at $405 beginning October 1?
yes.
And since the child has been born, has Mr. Arisa provided any direct financial support to the child?
No,
And are you asking the court to approve the retroactive judgment from July 13, 2016 until today in the amount of $30,375?
yes,
And are you asking the court to order a payout of $200 a month beginning October 1?
yes,
And are you asking the court to bill court costs to Mr. Arisa?
yes,
And have you reviewed and signed this order today?
yes, ma'am.
Do you believe it's in the best interest of your child?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. I pass this witness.
All right. The court will approve the order.